Ever wonder why, despite everything you've been through, you seem to look younger, brighter, and more at peace with each day? God's hand is upon you, transforming not just your heart, but your very appearance. Today, we'll uncover the reason behind this divine transformation and why others can't look away. You see, many of you have likely experienced something special, something hard to describe, yet impossible to ignore. From the beginning, you may have felt like you were on a different journey, set apart from others in ways that perhaps you couldn't even explain. This journey hasn't been about fitting into the world or blending in with others. Instead, it's been about discovering who you are in a world that often encourages you to be anything but yourself. And over time, as you've leaned into this journey, you've seen a transformation, not only within your spirit, but even within your appearance. This transformation is something that many people around you have probably noticed. Friends, family, maybe even strangers see something in you, an energy, a light, a peace that they don't always understand. They see that you look different, somehow younger or more radiant despite the trials you faced. And maybe they don't understand why. They might wonder if you've done something, changed your routine, or if there's some sort of secret behind this shift. But deep down, you know the truth. You know that this is more than just a change in looks. This is a reflection of something far more profound, a reflection of God's work within you. From a young age, many of you sensed that you were different. You had a depth, a maturity, even a wisdom that felt out of place among your peers. You looked at life, perhaps even at challenges, through a lens that others couldn't see. And as you went through life, this difference didn't always feel like a blessing. In fact, at times, it may have felt like a burden. It's hard to carry a depth within you, especially when others don't understand it, when they dismiss it or overlook it. But despite these struggles, something in you held on. Some part of you knew there was a purpose, even if you couldn't see it clearly back then. Think back to those times of difficulty, when you felt misunderstood, when you felt alone, when you questioned who you were or where you were going. These were the moments when God was closest, even if you didn't feel Him at the time. These were the moments when He was laying the foundation for the person you would become. Through each trial, each tear, each quiet battle you faced alone, God was working within you. He was strengthening you, shaping you, refining you through the fire of those experiences. And this transformation, this refining process, didn't just change your heart or mind, it changed everything about you. Over time, as you leaned into God, as you allowed Him to take the lead in your life, your entire being began to shift. The anxiety that once held you back started to loosen its grip. The fears that had weighed on you began to fade. And with this inner peace, your appearance began to change as well. Your face softened, your body carried itself differently, and there was a light in your eyes. A light that comes only from a deep connection with something greater than yourself. People may have started noticing this change, saying things like, "You look different," or "There's something about you." And it's true. There is something different about you. Something that can't be found in a beauty product or a self-help book. This change is the work of God. As you allowed Him to take away the weight of the world, as you surrendered to His plan, that peace became visible, radiating through your entire being. This is why you seem to look younger, brighter, more at ease, even when life is still challenging. This isn't about escaping hardship. It's about finding strength and peace within it. Imagine what it means to carry the light of God within you, to have gone through dark times, to have faced struggles that others might not understand, yet to still stand here today with a sense of peace that can't be shaken. This isn't something that the world teaches us. The world often tells us to mask our pain, to put on a brave face, to find strength in things outside of ourselves. But the strength you have found isn't something external. It's not a mask or a performance. It's a quiet, grounded, unbreakable peace that only comes from God's presence. You've grown into this peace, but it hasn't always been easy. There were likely times when you didn't feel peaceful at all. Times when the storm inside of you felt overwhelming. When you were caught between wanting to fit in and knowing that you were called to something different. Perhaps you went through phases of trying to mold yourself into someone else, someone who fit the world's expectations. You may have looked in the mirror and felt disconnected from the person staring back at you. The clothes, the style, the appearance, none of it felt quite right because you hadn't yet found that inner peace, that grounding in who you truly are. But then, something shifted. Slowly, over time, you started to see yourself differently. You began to let go of the need to fit into a certain image, to meet the expectations that others had placed upon you. Instead, you started to lean into God's vision for you. You realized that you didn't have to be anything other than who He created you to be. And as you embraced this, as you started to see yourself through His eyes, your entire perspective changed. You began to appreciate the person you saw in the mirror, not because of what the world thought, but because of the peace you felt within. This peace became your foundation. No longer were you searching outside of yourself for validation or acceptance. You found these things within, through your relationship with God. And this peace, this alignment with His plan, began to show in your very appearance. Your face, once marked by the weight of trying to be something you were not, now glows with the confidence of knowing who you are. Your body, once tense from the stress of fitting in, now moves with grace and ease. You don't need to hide behind trends or appearances because you are comfortable, finally, in your own skin. People may not understand this transformation. They may even feel uncomfortable or threatened by it because it's something they can't quite explain. It's not about material success or external changes. It's a peace that runs so deep it transforms you from the inside out. This kind of transformation can be unsettling for those who haven't experienced it themselves. Some might even respond with envy or misunderstanding, perhaps because they see in you something they long for but haven't yet found. But don't let this discourage you. Remember, this peace, this glow, is a gift from God. It's His light shining through you, and it's meant to be seen. This light is a reminder, not only to you but to those around you, that God's work in us is powerful. It's not something that fades or can be taken away. As long as you stay connected to Him, as long as you continue to walk this path with faith and humility, that light will only grow stronger. You don't need to seek anyone's approval or understanding. You are already seen, already known, already loved by the one who matters most. And as you carry this light, you become an inspiration to others, even if they don't realize it right away. Some will be drawn to your peace, to your quiet confidence, to the strength that you carry. They may not understand it fully, but they'll feel it. They'll sense that there's something different about you, something that goes beyond appearance or personality. This is the light of God, a light that draws people in, not with noise or flashiness, but with a quiet, steady glow. In a world that often values loudness, attention, and external beauty, your peace is a powerful statement. You don't need to prove anything, don't need to chase after validation, because you've found everything you need within. This doesn't mean you're immune to struggle. Life will always have its challenges. But the difference is that you now face these challenges from a place of strength, from a place of knowing that you are guided, that you are held, that you are loved. And this knowledge, this connection, changes everything. As you continue on this journey, remember that your transformation is ongoing. God isn't finished with you yet. Each day He's working within you, shaping you, refining you even more. And with each step, your light grows brighter, your peace grows deeper, and your appearance reflects this divine work. People may continue to notice, to wonder, to ask about the change in you. And when they do, let them know that it's not about what's on the outside. It's about the journey, about allowing God to work within you, about trusting in His plan, even when it's difficult. This journey isn't for the faint of heart. It requires courage, patience, and faith. But the reward, the peace and light that come from walking this path are worth every challenge, every hardship. You've come so far already, and the journey is still unfolding. So continue to walk with grace, with humility, with gratitude for all that God has done and continues to do within you. Let this light, this peace, be a beacon not only for yourself, but for others. Share your journey, not to seek attention, but to show others what is possible when we allow God to transform us. Show them that this beauty, this peace, is available to anyone who seeks it. You don't have to chase after it. You simply have to open yourself up to it, to allow God to work within you, to trust in His love, His guidance, His plan. And so as you look in the mirror, as you see this transformation in yourself, remember that this is just the beginning. God has more in store for you, more peace, more strength, more light. And as you walk this path, may you continue to grow into the person He created you to be, someone who radiates His love, His grace, His peace in everything you do. Let this light guide you, let it comfort you, and let it be a reminder that you are never alone. God is with you, working within you, and His light will always shine through.